Hello and welcome to the Comic Book Hangout. My name is Brian and today we're going to talk about Hawkeye. I'm going to show off some keys today. Not all of them are keys, some of them are covers, some of them are just stories related to Hawkeye, but let's get into it. First off, we got Tales of Suspense, number 57. Get the glare off that for you. As you can see, I had it graded. Unfortunately, when I flipped through this book, I did not notice a panel cut out page 14. The rest of the book was in such good shape, I figured it was okay. I did have it signed by Stan Lee. Unfortunately, I got the low grade. It happens. This was made in September of 1964, written by Stan Lee, art by Don Heck. This is the first appearance of Hawkeye. What are you going to do? I'm sure you have your stories about mishaps with graded comics. Let me know. I want to hear. This next one is Tales of Suspense, number 60. This was published in December of 64, written by Stan Lee, art by Jack Kirby. This is the second appearance of Hawkeye. As you know, he gets mixed up with the Black Widow. And he gets tangled up with Iron Man. Let me get the glare off this. If I can. There we go. Next up is Tales of Suspense, number 64. This was published in April of 65. Writer Stan Lee, art by Jack Kirby. This is the third appearance of Hawkeye. This is the last appearance of Hawkeye as a villain before he joins the Avengers. Next up, Avengers number 16, classic cover. This was published in May of 65, written by Stan Lee, art by Jack Kirby. Hawkeye joins the Avengers along with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Team was led by Captain America. Next up, Avengers number 19. This is in rough shape, this book. I might have to get another one. This was written by Stan Lee, art by Jack Kirby. This gives you the origin of Hawkeye, also the first appearance of Swordsman. This was published in August of 65. Jack Kirby, Stan Lee. Next up, The Mighty Avengers, number 63, classic cover. This was published in April of 69, written by Roy Thomas, art by Gene Colan. This is the first appearance of Clint Barton as Goliath. Classic cover. I do love Hawkeye as Hawkeye, but as far as Hawkeye history goes, he was Goliath. Avengers 63, that's where it happened. Mighty Avengers number 64, published in May of 69, written by Roy Thomas, art by Gene Colan. First appearance of Barney Barton, who later becomes Trickshot. Barney Barton, of course, is Clint Barton's brother. They're both in the circus together. Both trained by swordsmen. Next up, the Avengers number 98. Get the glare off that. There we go. This was published in April of 72, written by Roy Thomas, art by John Buscema. Clint Barton reverts from Goliath back to Hawkeye. Pretty good shape. This next one isn't a key per se. This is a cover. I like the cover. This is Avengers 109. I got two of them. This one's in better shape actually. This was published in March of 73, written by Steve Englehart, art by John Buscema. This is a classic Hawkeye cover. Next up, The Defenders number 11, published in December of 73, written by Steve Englehart, art by Sal Buscema, must be his brother. Hawkeye leaves the Defenders. Next up, this is not a key, but relevant in Hawkeye history, Captain America and the Falcon, number 179, published in November of 74, written by Steve Englehart, art by Sal Buscema. Hawkeye becomes the Golden Archer. I guess he helps Captain America out. I guess Captain America's down on himself, and he becomes the Golden Archer, and I guess he convinces Cap to come back. Next up, Giant Size Avengers number 2. Published November 74. And art by Rob Wilson. Written by Steve Englehart. Hawkeye returns to the Avengers. The death of the swordsman. Origin of Ramatut. Mantis is revealed to be a celestial, I believe. This is the Avengers 189. This was published in November of '79, written by Stephen Grant, art by John Byrne. It's just a classic Hawkeye cover. Like I said, I love everything Hawkeye. So another classic Hawkeye cover. This is Avengers 223. He has Ant-Man there on the front. This was published in September of '82. This was written by David Michelin, art by Ed Hannigan. It's just a classic cover art by Ed Hannigan. It's a classic cover. Next up, we got Hawkeye #1, published September of '83, written by Mark Grunwald, art by Brent Breeding. This is the first meeting of Hawkeye and Mockingbird. Next up, The Avengers #239 with David Letterman. This was published in January of '84, written by Roger Stern, art by Al Milgrim, appearances by David Letterman and Paul Schaefer. It was good to see Hawkeye on The Late Show. I love David Letterman when he was out. Next up, West Coast Avengers Limited Series #1, published in September of '84, written by Roger Stern, art by Bob Hall. This is the first team appearance: Hawkeye, Iron Man, Wonder Man, Mockingbird, and Tigra. New Avengers #27, published in 2007, written by Brian Michael Bendis, art by Linnell Francis Young. That's a Y-U. It's the first appearance of the second Ronin, later to be revealed to be Hawkeye. Like I said before with Goliath, I'm a Hawkeye fan, but this is part of his history. He became Ronin. This is the New Avengers #28. This is not a key, but it is the second appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin. This was published in May of 2007, written by Brian Michael Bendis, art by Linnell Francis Young. And if I'm saying that wrong, just write it down. Send me a message. This is New Avengers #30, published October 2007, written by Brian Michael Bendis, art by Linnell Francis Young. Clint Barton joins the Avengers as Ronin, so I guess now they know it's Clint Barton. Next up, Young Avengers presents Hawkeye #6, published August 2008, written by Matt Fraction, art by Jim Chun. First meeting of Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, where he approves of her using his code name. I personally, and this is me personally, I think Kate Bishop should be called Kate Bishop. I think there should only be one Hawkeye. If you disagree, leave a message. But I don't think there should be two Hawkeyes. I think Kate Bishop or another code name would be appropriate. This is Wolverine #67. Why Wolverine #67? Well, it's the first cameo appearance of Spider-Bitch, Ashley Parker Barton, Hawkeye's daughter. You got to get another Barton in there. This is written by Mark Millar, art by Stephen McNiven. Here is another Wolverine #68. This was written by Mark Millar, art by Stephen McGiven. First full appearance of Spider-Bitch, Ashley Parker Barton. First mention of Ashley being Spider-Bitch. And I got number 69. Continues in there. I got another slide here for you. This one's in a little better shape than the one I showed you before. This is Hawkeye #1, published October 2012, written by Matt Fraction, art by David Aja. This is a premiere of an ongoing series, teams up Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. This is Hawkeye #2, published November 2012, written by Matt Fraction, art by David Aja. First team up of Hawkeye and Clint Barton, and first team up of Hawkeye as Clint Barton and Hawkeye as Kate Bishop. confusing. That's what I'm saying before. I wish they would just change that. I got a classic cover here. This is not a key by any means. This is all new, all different. Avengers number 13. Kind of a play on the Ant-Man one I showed you before. This is written by Mark Wald, and the variant cover artist was Chris Anka, A-N-K-A. Classic Hawkeye cover. Last one is West Coast Avengers. This was published, I believe, in 2019. The writer is Kelly Thompson. Stefano Caselli, artist. This is the first team appearance. You got Hawk, you got Clint Barton and Fuse, Gwen and Kate Bishop, Monica Rambeau, and those are my keys. If you like what you've seen, give me a like, give me a sub, help the new guy out. I'll be doing more keys. Stay tuned for my coming out next week comic books. I'll be coming out Wednesday. I do the following week of keys. Thanks for watching.